Good morning. We all want to be the best version of ourselves, right? And you really are your habits. Like, your habits create who you are, create your lifestyle. And so if you want a certain outcome, your habits have to reflect that outcome. Here are my daily habits that I'm working on, that I want to do every day, that are going to make me feel the best and help me become the best version of myself. The first one being waking up early. Some people love this, some people hate this. This may sound like a very basic habit. And I used to be someone that was like, oh, it doesn't really matter, like as long as you get sleep, because sleep is important. But I truly find that I feel my best when I actually get a fairly early start to the day. I am a morning person. I love mornings. It's one of my favorite times of day. And so waking up early, starting my day right, it's just something that feeds my soul. And it's something I want to continue to do. I love to be an early girl. What is nice for me is that my dog wakes me up every day between 6 and 7 to take him out and feed him breakfast. So I have an alarm clock that I cannot snooze. Well, I could try, but I don't really snooze him. Because I do love mornings though, this isn't the hardest thing in the world for me. However, your night routine does set you up to be able to wake up early, right? So we'll get into that later. And early for me is anywhere between 6 and 7. Just waking up with my dog and not going back to bed. I can do it. My next habit is a strong morning drink lineup that I'm gonna stick to. To be completely honest, I'm pretty good about this already, and I pride myself for that, but I wanna keep it up because it is important to me. I always start off with water and any supplements. It's so good to just drink a straight up glass of water in the morning. You need it, you just want the whole night with no hydration. You need to replenish, your body is parched. This is a women's multivitamin by Ritual. Next in the lineup is, of course, a greens powder, and I'd like to mix it with this reds. I really just love incorporating these right in the morning because number one, well, it's more hydration. Number two, you're getting in veggies and other good things in your body right away. Number three, I've tried a bunch of different brands, but all of them help with bloating and stuff like that, inflammation because of what's in them. Number four, fiber. Fiber can be a common thing to lack in your diet or just not get enough of. Number five, it just sets the tone, right? If I'm drinking water, having my supplements, following it by a greens juice, it's just the next thing that keeps me on track and keeps me on path, and I don't want to ruin it, right? It just keeps me going, it sets the tone, it's a mindset thing as well as it's good for my body. The final part of the drink lineup, which is my absolute favorite part, we have protein coffee. This is caramel latte protein, my first form. It is seriously the best. All I put in this drink is milk of choice, then the protein, froth it together, which it mixes so nice and dissolves completely, and then I'll brew a double shot right over the top. And then I'll just mix it together with a spoon. It's so good, seriously, every time. I love this because number one, I want coffee in the morning. Number two, I don't want to eat breakfast right away. So I'm getting some substance in my body. I'm enjoying my coffee. I'm adding in the protein, which means I don't have to add in any other flavor or any other creamer. The protein literally acts like creamer. Like, it tastes that good that you don't have to add anything else. So it eliminates those sugary creamers. You're getting in this case specifically, it's 23 grams of protein right away early in the morning. Getting enough protein in your diet is so beneficial, not only for like fitness results and muscle growth, but your hair, your skin. It's just so beneficial all around. And building muscle mass is so important as you age. It helps with your bone density, you know, and like protein feeds all of this. So it's just so good to incorporate. And this is by far my favorite way to do it. It's so easy and it's literally right when you wake up. So it's like you check it off the list so early. I guess there's technically one more step because I'm gonna fill my water for the day. I'm not gonna drink it right now. Just getting this ready. The next habit is a morning workout. If you've been here, you know I've never been a morning workout girly. I've always worked out later in the evenings, but slowly and slowly I've been pushing it up closer to the morning ever since I changed my workout habits, my routine, my split, shall we call it. I've been wanting to work out earlier in the day. I used to be basically only cardio with resistance. I would do a lot of walking and I love to do that at the end of the day just to like get everything out, sweat it out, whatever. But now that I've been doing a lot more strength, I've just been wanting to do it earlier in the day. It's a great way to start your day, and I know there's people that go crazy for like a 5 a.m. gym routine, right? I'm not necessarily there yet, but this habit is a morning workout, right? I want to wake up early, do the drink lineup. Once I'm finishing my coffee, get to the gym. So there's no specific set time, but that's the habit stack, that's the order of events, and that's the next goal. I am gonna bring you through my workout today. It is a Monday, and Monday is the first lower body day. We start with cleans, and it's just not the easiest thing to start with. You know, cleans take so much out of you, but in my head, I'm like, okay, if I can do this on a Monday morning, like this is gonna be the hardest thing that I do all day. I mean, physically, for sure. But it's challenging, right? Cleans are hard, they take so much out of you, but they work a lot of muscles, so they're very beneficial. Tired. I'm doing 3 sets of everything, by the way. Also, I want you to know I appreciate so much when you comment and give me tips, and I apply them, I promise. Like I recently got a tip about squats, and I'm about to do squats, so I'm trying to like think about it and implement it, you know? So I appreciate it so much. I am a beginner when it comes to weights, and I'm just trying, and I always appreciate like feedback or tips or whatever. Like it just means the world to me. Like it's so nice. What a community. Like this is great. We're just trying to get better here, right? Next up is squats. Let's do it. If you don't already do anything with weights, this is your sign to maybe just try weightlifting in this new year, you know? Maybe go out and just try something you've never done in the gym. I have been really trying to get into weight training these past few months, and it's just been amazing. I feel great, my energy is great, way better than before. It's just such an empowering thing to do, and honestly, I feel like especially as a woman, like it's just cool. You know, like if you don't already, try to go pick up a weight. Just try it. It's such a cool thing, and I just didn't even know how beneficial it was for you, which is why I never really did it before. I was just so intimidated by it, and I think we need to break that barrier and that stereotype because it's so great and so beneficial despite what your fitness goals are. Or if you just want to be healthier in general, it's so good for you. I feel like my leg is kind of shaky. Which is good. Another thing, this was like so genius when I read it. I don't know, I just never thought of this. When you're doing an exercise that's one side at a time, you start with your non-dominant because that's the weaker side. That way, if you, for example, fail at 8 reps on your weaker side, you then only do 8 reps on the stronger side, which stops the strength gap getting bigger. Eventually, both sides become equal. Thank you. See, this is what I mean. Like, I get such helpful comments. This is so nice. And I try to do them and then report back so everyone else can learn that doesn't know. I mean, maybe a lot of people know this. I don't know. Like I said, I'm still a beginner. So that, so helpful. I love you. Oh, that was a nasty sound. Thanks for keeping me company. Lastly, we must walk it out. The next habit is definitely something I want to do more of, and it's actually getting ready for the day. Not necessarily putting on like a full face of makeup, right? But just putting myself a little bit together, wearing normal clothes and not just a hoodie and sweatpants every single day, simply because it makes me feel better about myself, and I feel like it makes me more productive, you know? Like you look good, you feel good type of thing. I'm literally just gonna go in right now. I have a tinted sunscreen. It's pretty light and SPF is always good, and I'm like breaking out right now, and if I can just even out my skin tone a little bit, I am truly gonna feel a little bit better. Sometimes I love getting ready, sometimes I don't want to do it, but I swear it truly makes such a difference. And again, it can be 5-minute makeup, or it can literally be a full face. You know, sometimes I am in the mood just to get ready, and even if I'm just home, I don't know, like I just like it. You feel more awake too. I'm just home all day today getting work done, but I do have to run to the grocery store, so that will be my fun little outing. I'll just feel better. Again, that you have to wear makeup, and it's not like I'm doing this for anyone. It's not like I feel like, oh, I can't go to the grocery store without makeup on, but I just like to get ready. You know, it's the thought that counts. It's the action of putting yourself together, putting a little bit of time into yourself. The only thing that is annoying about actually getting ready though is sometimes I just hate taking off my mascara at night. However, something I do when I'm going for super light makeup is I'll put a little Aquaphor on my eyelashes and I'll curl them and maybe use my eyelash comb to kind of like separate them out. And if you're going for super light makeup, you don't want to do mascara, that is a good little hack, I guess. But even just like a little, I just like feel good. I feel better, I feel ready for the day. I just want to do more. Like I just like to at least get a little bit ready, you know? And I am gonna do my hair. Take a little oil, and then again, instead of a hoodie, because I do wear hoodies just about every day, but today I put on this long sleeve. It's just a plain shirt, right? It's from Skims, their boyfriend collection. It's so nice and soft, but just makes a little bit of a difference. You know? Into our next habit, which is writing. I'm not calling this journaling because every time I tell myself I'm gonna start journaling, I never stick to it. My goal is to make writing a habit in terms of it can be a journal entry, right? But it also can just be organizing my thoughts, my to-do list for the day. I'm so good about planning out my months, but I don't plan out the details as often as I want to. So this goal is writing. It is currently Vlogmas when I'm filming this, so there's just a lot of stuff going on at once, and I think it would be smart for me just to break stuff down. What do I need to do today? Like, what do I have going up for tomorrow? What's needed for this video and the next video, and then just like things like that. A place to organize my thoughts. This is literally like one of those dollar notebooks from Walmart, you know, something super simple. I tell myself if I can keep up with this, then I can buy a nice, cute, pretty journal. But since I haven't been able to keep up with it, I don't deserve it yet. I gotta work for it. I'm a big fan of brain dumping, and I usually use my notes app in my phone to do that, but it feels so much better when I can get everything all out on paper. And if I have one spot to organize my brain, because I feel like my brain is chaotic, it'll make me feel better. I always feel so much better when I can write things down. I like offload it so I don't spend time worrying about it, and I just feel so much better, less overwhelmed, so much more organized. It's very relieving, and it's such a beneficial activity that I need to do more of. Again, it doesn't matter how detailed I go, but just being able to offload and write stuff down is something that I personally really need and benefit a ton from. The next habit is another thing that helps me just feel put together and therefore helps my daily confidence, and that is nails. I, like my entire life, have struggled with my nail health. I used to be a really, really bad nail biter. Now I don't bite them really. However, I do pick at my cuticles, and I know it's really bad for you, and I need to stop, but part of it is just the winter when my skin is so dry, they're more likely to crack, and then I want to pick at them. You know, you get more hangnails when your skin's dry, whatever. So, I do have this cuticle oil, so I want to be using this every night. It just comes with a little brush, and you literally, like, paint your cuticles. So we'll do that later tonight. However, getting your nails done is expensive, right, to keep up with it, so I'm not necessarily saying that I need to, like, continuously get my nails done. I mean, I can every now and then. But my point is just having at least a solid polish, even if it's done at home, makes such a difference to me. And look at these, they need help. I put this really quick layer of brown on the other day in a time crunch, so I'm literally just gonna throw another layer on top of it with a top coat. I'm also gonna make a nail appointment. Nail health, I don't know, nails really just make me feel put together when I have good nails. I swear it makes a huge difference, especially coming from someone who used to never have good nails. I'm working on it. Hi, do you have any availability for a gel manicure on Wednesday the 20th? 1 o'clock, yeah, that's perfect. I'm not someone who gets my nails done very often, so I'm very excited to get them done for the holidays. They'll be good for the new year, it'll be perfect. And even just now with like a fresh layer, I just feel so much better. And then it's like more fun to wear rings. I feel so much more confident, like put together and like ladylike, and like I want that, you know? So it does just feel nice, and I just feel like nail care is important. The next important habit is lots of steps. I know a lot of people aim for that 10,000 goal. I haven't really decided if there's a number I want to set on, but I truly feel a big difference on days when I'm making an effort to go on walks and to just like get in steps versus when I'm not. Duncan obviously always needs daily walks, which is a good thing. And because the sun sets at like 4 p.m, we have lights and stuff, and I'm in the Midwest, so it is freezing out, so I'm bundling up. But that is always one guaranteed walk of the day, that it's kind of just up to me to make sure I'm doing more than that. I'm also a really big fan of using my walking pad desk treadmill with my standing desk while I'm editing. Just an hour of work on there gets me anywhere between 2.5 and 3 miles, which is super awesome. You know, that's like an extra 2 to 3 miles that I wouldn't get if I was just sitting there. And I've been doing so much editing lately that I've really been utilizing it, and I've been so happy that I've actually been using it and taking advantage and getting that extra movement in, because it honestly makes such a difference. Like, I can really tell in how I feel when I've been having good weeks of using it versus if I start slacking off. So it is a really nice other way to get in steps. Although I do find that some tasks are harder to do while walking than others. So keep that in mind if you're thinking about getting one of these. The next 2 habits that are really important to me that will contribute to me, you know, being my best, I'm gonna kind of talk about together. So the first one is cooking more at home. I actually do a pretty good job of this in general, but not only is it good financially for you, but chances are it's better for you health-wise. Tonight, I'm really in the mood, honestly, for some butter noodles. So I'm boiling noodles. I have a serving in here. These noodles lead me to my next point. It's actually protein pasta. It's 190 calories, 10 grams of protein, 1 gram of fat, 38 grams of carbs still though. I mean, they're noodles, right? But I don't really follow any specific diet. So I wanna cook more at home, and I do prioritize protein and hydration. That's kind of like all I wanna talk about in the kitchen. So the 2 separate habits that I had essentially were cooking more at home and then prioritizing both high protein, hydration. I cooked just some basic chicken breast yesterday that I'll heat up and throw in my pasta. It's always good to just have this throughout the week so I can throw it in pretty much any meal. And that's the thing, like, I don't sit here and weigh my food, but it is important to at least try to incorporate a protein source in every meal. And just by having that in your head, you're so much more likely to eat more protein throughout the day. So the more I've been getting into like fitness and health and stuff like that, the more I've been learning about food. And I just want to learn how to be better at like putting together healthy meals and like knowing what goes together and stuff. So if I do more cooking at home, you know, I'm gonna be trying more things out and just slowly learning with practice. And that's kind of my goal with more cooking at home. Not only is it good for health probably and for your wallet and stuff like that, but I want to further my skills, and I just kind of want to know what goes together and how to make healthy meals that you don't get bored of. That's not the same thing over and over. You know, it girls cook for themselves. I'm totally not saying that the butter noodles I just made is the healthiest meal and the most complicated meal I've made, but I was really in the mood for it, and I needed more of that stuff in my diet for the day. It's also fun to make your own things. You know, I always feel good about something that I'm eating when I made it myself. For example, granola. You can buy that at the store, but I love to just make it at home because it's really not that hard. I made some of that today, or like you may already know, I always make my own oat milk. I made these oat banana peanut butter bars today. So it's just nice when there's minimal ingredients and you do it yourself. And yes, it is time consuming, but I also know there's like not any crazy additives. It's just a nice thing to do and do more of. And for the high protein, it is just so beneficial for you. Not only if you're trying to either like build muscle or lose weight or something like that, because it is good for both types of goals, but also it's good for your skin, it's good for your hair. It's just good in general to build more muscle on your body for aging. It helps your bone density. Like, it literally is just good for optimal health and long-term health here, right? Like, we're talking about healthy habits, but it's not just to like to have a rockin' body. I mean, that's amazing, right? But also, this is just good things to do lifelong, and it's so cool to be building these habits now while I'm in my 20s so I can have them for the rest of my life and hopefully live like the longest, healthiest life possible. I also paired a carrot with this bowl because yes, I had greens this morning and I had a little bit at lunch, but like I did not eat very many veggies today. So like I'm making myself have a little balance here, right? And then with the hydration, it's like, do I even need to get into the benefits of drinking water? Come on, it's just something we should all be doing. And you probably know if you're not doing it enough, get yourself some hydration multipliers, get yourself a fun water bottle. It's just so important. It helps with delivering nutrients to your body. It's just like being hydrated makes everything better. And it can be so easy. The habit that I'm probably the worst at, that I need to get better at, that is a very big goal of mine for the new year, is to start going to bed earlier. I don't know why I stay up. I usually don't have any reason to. It is 10:15 right now, which honestly is earlier than I typically get ready for bed. So this isn't terrible for me. It definitely could be earlier, since obviously I want to wake up early, so like I need to get to bed early. However, another thing is I typically will turn on a show before bed, and I think I want to limit to TV in bed only on weekends. And I really just need to start getting ready for bed earlier. Like nothing is happening after 10 p.m. on a weekday. Why can't I be in bed sleeping by 10:30, you know? If you want to wake up early and have a good start to your day, you just gotta go to bed early, right? There's no way around it. Because sleep is so important for you, for your fitness goals, for your short-term and long-term health goals, just all around optimal health. So going to bed early so I can get up early is just life-changing, and I don't do it enough. Duncan literally nudges at the edge of the blanket until you lift it so he can crawl under. I can't get over it.